Hey everybody, in this video we are going to graph transformations of parent functions, and we are focusing on this example right here. And this example, the parent function is the reciprocal function, which is 1 over x. Now you might be asking, well, how am I supposed to know what 1 over x looks like? Well, you should know because we did it in class and you have a video lesson to support it, but this over here is the graph of 1 over x. So once you figure out where your HK is, your left, right, and your up, down, so your new origin, if you will, you draw, instead of just a crosshair now, we're going to draw a set of asymptotes. You'll have a vertical asymptote due to the denominator, that's your restriction on your domain, and you will have a horizontal asymptote essentially due to your end behavior as the limit as x approaches negative infinity or positive infinity, what's happening way out at the ends. So that's where that horizontal asymptote comes from. And to plot points, what we can do as the trick for this example is you go from your new origin, the crisscross of your asymptotes or your HK, and you move over x, up y, where x times y will equal a, which is your numerator of this setup, okay? So what are we looking at here? This is if the top number was a 1 over 1 up 1 from your crisscross of your asymptotes, right? Where my little arrow? Come here, arrow, come to the top. There you are. So over 1 up 1, over 2 up a half, 2 times 1 half, and over 1 half and up 2, so on and so forth, and then both negative, same thing, just like that. Okay, so now let's get going. Clearly list all transformations. So where we got? We have right. Can I write? Right 3 down 2. So that has to do with your h and your k. So I'm going to go ahead and draw some asymptotes. Right 3 and down 2. So we got that. Then if I were to label a bit and be a bit more specific, so what do we have? We have a horizontal asymptote at y equals -2. That's that horizontal dash line. And you have a vertical asymptote at x equals 3. Okay, so that's just your asymptotes right there, labeled. Now, to draw my graph, we got to write a little bit more. So we also have a vertical reflection, and we have a vertical stretch of 7. So to plot the points, I want to find pairs of numbers that multiply to give me -7. So I can go from where they crisscross, that's the point 3 comma -2. I could go over 1 down 7, because 1 times -7 makes -7. I could go over 2 to the right, down 3.5. 2 times -3.5 is -7. I can go right 3.5 and down 2. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. I know you can't see them off the screen, but over 7 down 1, just so I could draw my branch all the way through. Let's see if I can go. Can I? Yeah, kind of. Then can't really see. I'm just going to draw that. Okay, and then left 1, -1, up 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Over 2 and up 3.5. Over 3.5 negative and up 2. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 and up 1. You can see the points better on this branch, obviously. And then, okay. There we go. Beautiful. Now, domain, from left to right, negative. It's everything except the domain. Where does the domain come from, right? The domain is everything except, if you look over here, Okay, so your domain is everything except the restriction, right? That happens over here in the middle. So it goes from negative infinity until 3 union and picks up 3 until infinity. So the domain is impacted by that denominator right there. And then our range is getting impacted by the range. Really, in this case, it's that, but you'll see later if it's in a different form, it's going to look a bit different. But right now, for what we're doing right now, it's heavily impacted by that. If it was the volcano, 1 over x squared, it's a little bit different. So that's going to affect right over here. So what's that? That's going to be from bottom to top, negative infinity until negative 2 union negative 2 until infinity. And are there any extrema? None, none, and none. We end up changing, if anything, from increasing to decreasing in a graph like this, really in the volcano, over an asymptote. And there's no point there, so you wouldn't have any extrema at that. Oh, you can see a little bit better now. Why didn't I do that before? How come it wasn't zooming out? Okay, something like that. So there you go. Hopefully that makes sense. That's the end of this video. And check the playlist for more problems. Quizzy will come up. Sorry it's so late. This has been taking forever. I keep getting interrupted, believe it or not. And bye.